Hey guys, it's Sharmise Idris here, and today I am bringing you part 3 of my at-home product photography series. And today's video will just be some quick edits in Lightroom that I like to do before I put them on Instagram or Etsy or wherever I feel like posting them that day. So stay tuned. So for this video, you do not have to be a professional photographer or very good at Lightroom, Photoshop, any of that stuff, because I am just doing very simple steps to just make my photos look more appealing, not as dark, as you'll see in a second when we go into my computer. I chose some of the darker photos so that I can show you the difference between where they start and then where they end on my Instagram. But yeah, I'm not like the most professional. I just like doing things at home, and so that I don't have to pay anybody else. So yeah, let's go ahead and dive into my laptop and start editing some videos. Oh yeah, one thing I forgot to mention is that if you have your pictures on your phone, you can actually edit them on your phone and you don't have to pay for the Lightroom app on your phone. I do have the subscription, the monthly subscription for Lightroom and Photoshop and some other stuff on my laptop, so that's what I'm going to use today. But you can also do this on your phone, which I did in one of my previous videos, which I'll put in the cards above. So now we can get into my laptop. Alright, so here's my Lightroom setup, and let's see how many pictures I actually ended up taking. So I took 59 photos, as you can see here, and I went ahead and rated them. I don't like to delete my photos because sometimes I'll go back and be like, you know what? Let's try it out. But I did go ahead and rate them. So what I'm going to do is change the filter to the ones that I've rated, which is 12 of them. And I will probably only come out of this with maybe 5 photos. It really just depends on how I feel, because even if I come out with 5 photos, sometimes I only post 2 or 3 if I'm doing a photo shoot. So let's start with this one. This one is a relatively dark one, and that's the reason I chose this one. But I'm going to shrink it down just a little bit so that there's more focus on the products. See, and you can hit the backslash button when you're editing, but I'll show you all that in a minute. So I'm going to bring the light up. I had a lot of highlights because I was using natural sunlight, so I'm going to bring that down. Let's play with the contrast. See, that's what it looks like with less contrast. More. Good right here. And I think I'm going to bring those shadows up. Yeah. Alright. And this is where the backslash comes in handy, so you can see where you came from to where you're going. Alright. And I always forget to do the enable profile corrections first, but that will change. You see where the lens bends? Yeah, I take that out. And you can see my lens is right here. This is the lens I used. So I do that, and you can see the difference. And so my corners aren't so dark anymore, but if I did want to darken them back up, I can change this, or I can change this one. But I never have photos like this. Alright. And I always double click just to get back to 0. Okay. Let's see. I'm just going to take the saturation down just a bit. And I might even crop it in a little bit more. Yeah. Alright. As you can see, things like this, where there is this shining over here, this is something that I would fix in Photoshop, but I'm actually okay with it because you can still read what oil it is. And then you can always try to auto auto straighten, but it doesn't always auto straighten. So yeah, I'm just gonna go back. And if you have a specific line in mind to go by, you can click the ruler and just go by that line and it'll straighten like that. See? But I still don't see that as straight. And luckily I do have a line on my logo, so I typically go by that line here, as you can see. But I'm just gonna keep it like that for now. All right. That might be just too bright. Yeah. And I like that. See where it came from? All right, let's choose one of these other photos. Let's go to this bath salt. Actually, I really like this straight out of camera, but let's play with it a little bit. Try to make it equal. Maybe we can turn that up a little bit. All right, oh, and if you need to change your white balance, you can just go to auto or whatever it is. I usually keep it as shot, or you can find something white in the photo like this right here and do that. All right. And so I like that, keeping it a little airy. It's not much of a difference, but it's a difference. And then if you want to make certain colors pop, let's go down to this one. All right, so here's hue, saturation, and luminance. So if I just wanted to make my reds more saturated, as you can see, look right here. You can see my reds. Okay, and I actually like them more. My yellows, if I wanted them up, you can see on that jasmine, but I'm fine where they are. Let's look at hue. So if I want to change the hue of my reds, you can see that they're more pinkish to more orangish. I'm going to keep them in the middle. And then the luminance, if it's darker or lighter, basically. So actually I'm going to make it lighter. Yeah. And then you can see the before and after. And if you want to carry that over to the next picture, I'm just going to do previous. And see, it did exactly what this picture did. Whatever picture I was on before that, it'll do the same thing with the crop and everything. But it'll be cropped in with the orientation that it is. All right, and then the angle as well. So this looks good to me. I don't see anything I need to like change a lot. Let's go to this nail polish photo. Let's bring the color up, of course. Because this is dark, you see all that noise on the photo, I'm gonna do the noise reduction. And guys, this is really just me doing what I like to see in a photo. I am not going by rules of photography so much, like the 2/3 rule and all that stuff. I'm going by what I like to see because this is my brand. Yeah. All right, let's bring those shadows up, of course, because you see that shadow there. Let's bring them up because I think I was actually standing like right here. So that's my own shadow. And I rarely bring highlights up. You know what I forgot to do? Like I said, I always forget to do? Do this. Much better. Let's see what they look like on here. Yeah. See, looks much more flat instead of rounded. You don't even know it looks rounded until it's no longer rounded. So let's go back to this one. And of course I won't be posting this picture. This is just an example that I had started with in the other videos because this is not my brand. So let's play with contrast. I usually just like to slide it because I don't know exactly what a photo needs until, you know, I'm looking at it. All right. There's really no blacks in the picture, but it helps with the shadow. Okay, let's see if we bring this up a little bit more. And I'm okay with the light and airy. And if you're wondering about the texture and clarity, for these type of photos, I don't usually touch them, but you see what the texture does. It'll make it more clear. But I'm actually okay with where it was. And then the clarity. But maybe you can touch that texture a little bit. Alright, I don't need to change any colors, but I'll show you this again. You see that purple? Typically I don't like to change colors because I want my customers to see what color it is to me and into my camera. But if the lighting is just off and it's really not the color that I think it is, then I will change the color. All right, so yes, this part could be lighter, of course, but let's bring it here. And then, and if you wanted, you could just lighten those corners up, which will help light this whole thing up. So instead of doing the dark corner, you can do the light corner, which we're gonna do. All right, see? And the problem with lighting the corners is this part gets too bright over here. But yes, as long as you can still see all of that, I am perfectly fine. Okay. Look at these other pictures. I didn't think I was gonna like this picture at all because this just didn't match with the rest, but I actually like this picture. And these are just some random ones. I like this one as well. But yeah, let's do this last one and then go about our day. So I'll go back and edit some of these other photos later, but for now, let's look at these. I really like that. I really like the way this one turned out. And of course, I love the bath salts. But yeah, that's that. So now I'm just going to export them. I'm just going to export this one for now. And you can put your specific folder, but for now I'm just going to do this. And from there, I'll just post them on Instagram or wherever I feel like posting them, whenever I feel like posting them. But yeah, so that is the end of this series. I sincerely hope it helped. Like I said, you do not have to be a professional. You saw me just moving stuff around, and you see I started with 59 photos, and I'm definitely not anywhere near 59. I'm more like 5 photos to be posted. And this is just for my own brand. It's not like I'm doing it for anybody else, but they look pretty professional to me. So yeah, you can just do this at home. But thank you guys so much for tuning in. And if I did help you, please, let me know that I helped you out a little bit. And if you're not subscribed yet, go ahead and subscribe. And if you like the video, please like the video. So thank you guys so much for watching. Bye.